where I have all this character.
Yeah.
But then I lose completely all the twist in that second
area.
part.
Yeah.
And I have the problem to have all the branches like this. So this means if I want to create a tree, I need to go back with the branches and bend them in an unnatural position, and it's dangerous. Using this as a front, I have better in the body,
Yeah.
better first movement of the trunk.
Yeah.
I can highlight completely this part that for me is one of the best feature of the tree. And I have only this sort of defect that I have to a little bit hide, but will be easy because I can always come from a branch from the back and create some visual distraction using green in this area, and I can hide a little bit and actually take away a little bit of the power of this part that is kind of cylindrical and straight.
Okay.
It's less straight. I mean, from here it's very straight. You see?
Yeah.
I have this vertical
Yeah.
and this.
Okay.
So, but if I twist just the tree a little bit like that, I can give more dynamism to all the trunk, and this part slightly go back, and I have this coming forward and already cutting that part a little bit. Any foliage in this side, apart from some green here, create probably the first branch in this position, and then see where I can frame the top. As low I can get the green in this area, better will be for the entire tree. Because if I can create my green in the part of the visual connection between this part here and the base, will be better for the tree. So we start with the cleaning of some of the dead part. So those probably were branches that originally, because this was the soil level, died because the upper foliage was shadowing and they died. So we create some little gin just to create some nice little spots on this twisted area. What is the plan is that having these three areas, I want to rebuild kind of a top line here to finish the visual line of the trunk that at this moment, at this point, just end up here because the bend go backwards. So what I want to do is using this part create a trunk line, the final part of the trunk line and the apex in this area, so I can verticalize the apex on top of the twist, and then using this branch as a first branch in this lower area, and then with some little pads fill this negative space. The other option was to create the first branch here a little bit longer to dynamize the tree a little bit more to the right. The problem is if I create the first branch here, I create an X between the line of the trunk and the line of the first branch that are normally the two movements that your eyes see straight away when you see a bonsai. So because I want to verticalize all the attention and all the frame of the green to the trunk on this movement, I prefer to create the first branch here and stay very, very compact in this side and a little bit more dynamic in the left side. We have two gins starting at the same spot. One is kind of mimicking the movement of that one and coming back to the left. And one is very long and going down to the right. So I'm gonna get rid of this one and keep just the frontal one and create a nice gin that for the final design will be a nice, interesting tip. because you know, I need the room to move these branches.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just clean it out this part and just leave a little gin there, because now is compressing everything on top. So just wanna thin it out. We reduce the top part of the gin to donate a little bit more movement first, and second, to get a gap between the gin and this branch, because this branch is gonna bend over here, and so we can also go in with the raffia to protect that, otherwise will be a problem. In the second time is having a little dead wood in the inside part of this. It will be not so visible from the front, but still will be a nice spot when you look under the tree. Will be the part that we use to build the lower part of the tree. So first branch and green in the negative space, and then we still have all these branch and this one that we can use to build the apex. So now that we start dividing, after protecting these two branches, we put the first wire, leave still this open, because I'm gonna bend this first section down and twist in the direction of the wire. Because I had a elbow, I was able to anchor and create a second anchor point here to change the direction of the wire, and I will be able to push these branches in. So open like this and then push it in. So this is the movement we're gonna do to these two branches, that I have to go down and in. The inner part, we have this and this for the side, and the next one will be this guy here that is going to build the back. So we're going to twist and close this section, so all this green will be here, and then the last one will be this that need to be bent in this direction to recreate the top. We are halfway up on making the pads. You can already see with these first 3 pads how they dynamize the trunk and they visually take away that power from the second section that is very strong. Now the next step will be to create another pad in this middle area using this green here, and then probably with one of these 2 branches we can come from the back part of the tree and create some green inside of this elbow, and then the end will be fixing the apex using those 2 big branches.